5,000 years of pharaohs, the untold story of history's first superhumans, Egypt, land of golden death masks, cryptic hieroglyphs, and monuments that whisper to the stars. From the burning deserts to the shimmering banks of the Nile, a civilization rose that outlived empires, outwitted invaders, and outpaced logic. Ramses, Cleopatra, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun. We know their names, we've seen their faces, but we don't know who they truly were. For over 5,000 years, the pharaohs ruled with a grip so tight their legacy still squeezes history today. They didn't just lead, they claimed divine birth, walked like gods among mortals, and built machines of stone that modern engineers still can't explain. We call them ancient, but were they advanced? Today, we dig past the textbooks, past the museum tours and sanitized documentaries, using leaked archaeological notes, banned satellite imagery, and newly decoded texts. We're revealing the true story of the pharaohs, a civilization born in bloodshed, sustained by genetic manipulation, and maybe, just maybe, built atop a technology older than humanity itself. This isn't just history. This is a suppressed origin story, and it starts before history was even written. Blood before gold, the dark origins of royal power. The Scorpion King was real and ruthless. Long before the pyramids, before Narmer's palette, there was Scorpion the First, a warlord unearthed in Hierakonpolis. His tomb, discovered in 1998, was lined with hundreds of wine jars from Palestine, leopard skins, and, more disturbingly, the bound skeletons of sacrificed servants. His insignia? A scorpion, etched in ivory tags, stamped in clay. And his legacy? Terror. Wall murals found in nearby temples show rows of drowned and decapitated captives. Some researchers now believe Scorpion Owain ritualized mass killings to instill fear in rival tribes. This wasn't the dawn of enlightenment. This was the birth of total control. Narmer didn't unite Egypt, he crushed it. The Narmer palette, held in Cairo's Egyptian Museum, is considered the founding document of Egyptian unity. But a recent multispectral scan revealed faded glyphs underneath the official story. Turns out Narmer didn't unite Upper and Lower Egypt through diplomacy, he scorched it into submission. Beneath the celebrated carvings, forensic analysis reveals scenes of mutilated enemies, human sacrifice, and the first systematic propaganda in human history. Djoser and the Resurrection Machine. Fast forward to 2700 BCE. Djoser, the first king of the Third Dynasty, hired his high priest Imhotep to solve a divine problem. His children were dying mysteriously. The result? The step pyramid of Saqqara. What most historians call a tomb may have been the world's first spiritual battery. Underneath the pyramid, archaeologists discovered 40,000 empty stone jars in sealed chambers. No inscriptions, no remains, just silence. New theories suggest these weren't funerary containers, but spiritual conduits possibly storing the organs and life force of sacrificed workers. Djoser wasn't preserving his body, he was charging his soul. Forbidden engineering, secrets of the pyramids. The Great Pyramid was not a tomb. Fact, no pharaoh's remains were ever found inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. No hieroglyphs, no sarcophagus inscriptions, no funerary goods. Just empty chambers, perfectly aligned, mathematically tuned. Engineer Christopher Dunn analyzed the internal dimensions and found something shocking. The pyramid's king's chamber resonates at exactly 440 hertz, the musical tone used in harmonic tuning and modern sound engineering. Why does that matter? Because 440 hertz has the ability to vibrate water molecules. Dunn theorized the pyramid once functioned as a hydraulic resonator, drawing energy from underground aquifers. In short, not a tomb, but a machine. Stargates or star maps. The shafts in the pyramid don't point randomly. They align perfectly with stars in Orion's belt and Sirius, but not as they appear today. They align with those stars as they were in 10,500 BCE, over 7,000 years before Egypt's supposed founding. So who built the map, and what were they tracking? A growing number of fringe and now even mainstream scholars suggest the ancient Egyptians inherited sacred geometry from a civilization that predated the Nile, and perhaps even the Ice Age. The Forbidden Chamber. In 2023, the Scan Pyramids project used cosmic ray muon detection to map hidden voids inside the Great Pyramid. What they found was staggering: a massive, 100-foot-long corridor hidden behind the north face. Its dimensions match descriptions in lost texts of a chamber known as the Hall of the Gods. But just days after the discovery was made public, Egypt's Antiquities Council shut down the investigation. Equipment was malfunctioning, they claimed. Leaked photos showed military trucks at the site. Days later, silence. No follow-up, no access. The void remains sealed. Stones that moved themselves. Papyrus records from Wadi al-Jarf describe pyramid workers halting construction, claiming the stones moved with fire at night. One overseer wrote of hearing howling sounds in the limestone and witnessing blue light pulsing from the quarry walls. Were they hallucinating or describing a technology we've long since lost? Could the pyramids have been printed into place, not carved? Twisted bloodlines. The genetic curse of royal incest. Akhenaten, the Sun King's strange body pharaoh. Akhenaten broke every rule. He abandoned the gods, built a new capital, and demanded worship of one deity, the Aten, a sun disk. Why? Because he was dying. CT scans revealed his skull was abnormally long, his ribs flared, and his joints misshapen. Diagnoses point to Marfan syndrome and possibly Antley-Bixler syndrome, rare genetic disorders causing elongated bones, sun sensitivity, and brittle health. His physical appearance mirrored alien statues, thin faces, swollen heads, possibly the origin of ancient alien myths. But the truth? He was the product of decades of incest and divine inbreeding. Tutankhamun. The Broken Boy King, King Tut's golden mask, is iconic, but behind the mask was a tragedy. DNA testing confirmed that Tutankhamun's parents were full siblings. He inherited a cascade of genetic diseases: a clubfoot, cleft palate, scoliosis, and epilepsy. His mummy shows broken bones, possibly from a fall during a seizure. His reign was short, riddled with advisors and puppetry. He died at 19, not a king, a casualty of dynastic arrogance. Cleopatra, not Greek, not Egyptian, pure strategy. Cleopatra was no seductress. She was a multilingual genius, politically trained, and the last to wield true pharaonic power. When Octavian conquered Egypt, history says she took her own life via asp bite. But forensic studies show no bite marks. Roman authors later admitted they never saw her body. The truth? Cleopatra used a controlled poison, likely opium mixed with hemlock, to die cleanly and rob Octavian of the satisfaction. Even in death, she controlled her narrative. The pharaohs didn't build civilization, they inherited it. In 2022, AI analysis of pyramid texts revealed encrypted mathematics, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, and references to DNA spiral patterns. One message stood out: we made you in our image. It wasn't written in hieroglyphs. It was etched deep within architectural proportions, a language of geometry. So what does that mean? Maybe the pharaohs weren't just kings. Maybe they were curators of an ancient knowledge, a technology that could preserve consciousness, manipulate energy, or even rewrite life itself. And maybe, just maybe, the gods they claimed descent from weren't mythical at all.